new reason to hate. Lay the old excuses down, cause now is the update. I'm sick, suffering from a new disease. It attacks nerves and muscles from your neck to your knees. And transmitted through beats and hellified rhymes. I'd have contracted it at least 75 times. What happened to getting hype? What happened to getting crunk? What happened to getting lit without having to get drunk? Am I the only person that sees this as a problem? Am I the only one thinking it's something worth resolving? Ain't no antidote and they can't create a cure. I'm the plug and this dope is 100% pure. I got a plan to permanently permeate the planet by delivering debilitating decibels of damage. When I vividly verbalize my vibrant vernacular, my mouth manifests to make my music miraculous. You getting crunk, yeah. You getting lit, yeah. You getting hype, yeah. You getting sick, yeah. You got all the symptoms, you know you can't fight it. You suffering from a case of high crunk-latitis. You getting crunk, yeah. You getting lit, yeah. You getting hype, yeah. You getting sick, yeah. You got all the symptoms, you know you can't fight it. You suffering from a case of high crunk-latitis. And just like every other virus, it has to run its course. And you know you're going through it with sweat coming out your pores. It's better when you don't fight it, so just enjoy the ride. And take comfort and know when it's over, you're gonna be fine. I'm giving you the facts, the sickness ain't fiction. Pneumonia, mental salmonella ain't even competition. Don't wanna see the doctor and watch him shake his head and say you should've listened to what Flava Hype said. The rehab and nothing nice, I'm only warning you. The crunk quakes can be felt from here to Narnia. High crunk-latitis is a bad mamma jammer to have your head spinning around like a helicopter propeller. Your heart steady bumping through the rhythm of the beat, and your ears still gonna be ringing for about a week. Once the symptoms show up, you know the diagnosis is fast acting and auditorily corrosive. You getting crunk, yeah. You getting lit, yeah. You getting hype, yeah. You getting sick, yeah. You got all the symptoms, you know you can't fight it. You suffering from a case of high crunk-latitis. You getting crunk, yeah. You getting lit, yeah. You getting hype, yeah. You getting sick, yeah. You got all the symptoms, you know you can't fight it. You suffering from a case of high crunk-latitis. Sometimes we attack and never go fast that you just don't even know how to react. And even in every pin when every hell when you let it bop from front to back. You gotta take full advantage, go to the club and they go bananas. And if they ask you why you sporadic, so with the sickness is automatic. You got one lot to live, so don't be here to just exist. This is the one ailment that if you don't catch, you gon' be pissed. You can't get rid of it, it's sticking like Gorilla Glue. And it's gon' look like you having fun, so they ain't gon' pity you. So take yourself somewhere where you can let loose and act a complete donkey till you run out of juice. And once it flares up, it just gon' hit you out the blue. Now that's something you just gon' have to become accustomed to. Ain't no rest for the weary, you don't care about your feelings, so you might as well get out of yours, cause it ain't gon' kill you. The worst case scenario about this epidemic is people flocking to your area, seeing if they can get it. You getting crunk, yeah. You getting lit, yeah. You getting hype, yeah. You getting sick, yeah. You got all the symptoms, you know you can't fight it. You suffering from a case of high crunk-latitis. You getting crunk, yeah. You getting lit, yeah. You getting hype, yeah. You getting sick, yeah. You got all the symptoms, you know you can't fight it. You suffering from a case of high crunk-latitis. Hey. Okay, look. I already know. You never met nobody like me. Never have you ever. But you gon' find out. First off, I'm not your average Negro. I heard the beat, a pencil grabbed me and said, here we go. I was with it as soon as I heard the strings in it. Johnny Storm lit it up, but waited till the pain hit it. Sue Storm made the beat, got a fantastic engineer. Had to take a bow, cause I wanted the crowd to gather in. You ain't really ready for the way we about to flex. We giving it to you now, so ain't a need call the next. I became a gator so that I could lock jaws on the track. Once it's ripped off, ain't no way it's gon' reattach. Never getting full, so I'm staying on the attack. I shoot it up and spit it out. Now do you really want it back? You're the damage that I consider collateral. A clean cut compound, fracture the clavicle. I ain't even caring that you're the person inhabitant. I'm spitting what I'm spitting, I give it a shit with other rappers. If you want the heat, I got the Carolina Reaper flow. Been embedded in me ever since it was an embryo. If you want proof, stop looking in the pudding. If you want to take charge, gotta get some good footing. And keep it greasy like the axle on a wheel. You want a woman with missing in high heels. Geppetto with my flow, I'm a lyrical puppeteer. I don't even use the brakes, I just accelerate and steer. Have you ever met somebody like me? Too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat. Too bad because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be. Come on, never. Have you ever met somebody like me? I'm too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat. Too bad because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be.
Never have you ever seen something so universal. My life a movie and all of my competitions commercial. I'm Bama certified and I'm repping it to the gravesite. Never going left when I stepped. I was raised right. Never have you ever been even close to my level. You claiming that you the master of heat, I'm Dr. Pepper. Impeccable with all of these punchlines at crunch time. Hood, 10 dodging bullets and one time.
Have you ever met somebody like me? Too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat. Too bad because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be. Come on, never. Have you ever met somebody like me? I'm too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat. Too bad because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be. Once you started spitting, you experience the rapture. Celestial lyrics is holding your soul captive. The alpha and omega, nothing before, nothing after. The dish racking, our abilities immaculate. Repeatedly release the rhymes. How you gonna clap back? Ride like a group of lines, praying on your rap back. Everything that we've been saying and nothing but these facts. Given the predicament you're in, you better retract.
So basically, to sum it up like a recap, I ain't in the streets no more, but I can relapse. I'm a veteran, so familiar with these straps. Only time you mess down is using a CPAP.
Have you ever met somebody like me? I'm too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat. I'm too bad because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be. Come on, never. Have you ever met somebody like me? I'm too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat. I'm too bad because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah, man. Your flavor. Challenge accepted. Yeah. Yeah. Blaze, Hunter, Ninth Wonder. Never have you ever seen nobody better or clever than Blaze Hunter. Tell the random mamas get on, but weather the way from the sister with your bone. Get up and shut up and take cover, cause I'm throwing shots like a bartender. I better get like a professional photographer. Can tell that my flow says don't need a thermometer. Yeah, I'm the verse flip. Boss hip said, but spit verses. Y'all listen better for perspective. Don't have to like it, cause I'm in the game that y'all just surviving. I'm so hyped cause I got flavor. And I'm fucking ripping my kids a high quantitative. You know the name, Blaze on a name wonder. And I'm so exclusive life in the brother. Never have you ever seen a player like me, man. You might as well call me a win, then yeah, I'm
Have you ever met somebody like me? Yeah. When it comes to annihilating the beat, because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be.
big.
Yeah! What? Blaze on the beat, by the way. Yeah! What?
What's up, world? It's the girl with the curls, K-Will, for another edition of the K-Will Interrogation Room. I'm with my man, Jonathan Carter. What's up? Flava Hype. We listen to his song to have whoever right now. How's your day going?
It's going well. Can you hear me okay?
I hear,
be still.
I hear you. Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can. Let me be still. I need to be walking around in the room. All right. So, yeah, everything is good. It's good. Actually, wonderful. As a matter of fact, I'm feeling so much better now. I had a sinus infection for a long time. Well, I say a long time. It was like a couple of weeks.
Oh,
Took
man.
me out the game. I felt like I was underwater and Shaq had me in a headlock. It was crucial. It was so bad. So savage.
Was it COVID?
No.
No, just a sinus. Okay, all right. I'm just
Yeah,
making,
just sinus.
we got to ask, this generation,
That's right.
this day and age. But
True.
I'm glad you're feeling better. You look better. You know, you
Thank
look
you.
like
Me
healthy.
too. Yeah, I'm ready to get back to work, man. Get back in the lab. You know, start writing and recording again.
Yes, man. I was actually, listening to your music again, to refresh myself on like what you've done, what you're doing now. And it's just
Yeah,
it's so crazy where you were. I mean, obviously our platform is to evolve, right? But how
exactly.
much evolving you've done throughout your music over the years is crazy, Um,
Thank you.
like I feel the confidence so much more now, obviously, because when with experience comes confidence.
Hmm.
But it was just so dope to refresh myself because I remember when you first was talking about getting you on the platform that I was like, I want to check you out, and I was like, oh man, I really dig his sound. So to go back and get that nostalgic feeling again was like top tier.
Oh yeah, wow. I appreciate that. Like for real, because you never really know who you're gonna reach. I just happened to put the music out, and it was wild. Like I never tried to put music out and boost it before, and
Yeah,
so the one song I was like, this kind of cool. I kind of like this. It was shouting out.
yeah, yeah,
um, so I kind of boosted it. I guess it reached you somehow, and I'm like, well, dang, is this a real person? Is this one of those bots? It's like, hey, are you real? Or something like that. But it was just like, I try to, ask little questions and try to see if it's a real person or not. And it was like real. I was like, oh, okay, so yeah, you're actually a human.
yes,
Um,
definitely.
yeah.
No, it's dope because I was one song I didn't hear last time that I heard today. Um, really stood out to me. It was from about 9 years ago. You probably know exactly what I'm talking about. You were in a church. You already know. Tell me about that song, man. I know
Yeah.
it has a lot to do with it's a faith-based song, but tell
Exactly.
me, because these days, I mean, I don't know if you heard of Daddy Yankee, not telling the world
Mhm.
that he's a Christian now, that he's stopping the secular music and everything. Um, but
Oh, wow.
that's yes, he literally just announced that I think this past week, to the world, and so
Okay.
it made me like think of this one question. What I'm about to ask you is, how so many people, um, instead of like starting off with the faith-based journey, they start off with the secular music first and then switch over to the faith-based because the secular music has so much power and in your growth in your journey, and it's and nobody wants to listen to faith-based or Christian music, these days, even to this day. I want to know
Mhm.
what your thoughts are and where you stand on that.
Oh, wow. Well, the thing is, okay, it might be difficult for some artists to do it because of maybe the label and the demand for what they need to put out. So
Yeah,
if they're getting pressure from, I need you to make these types of songs because that's what's selling, then they're kind of trapped in that. And I'm like, oh man, that's kind of messed up because they might not be able to make the music they want to make. They're just making the music that they have to make because they're under contract or whatever the case may be.
yeah,
Otherwise, they'll just be shelved, and then it's like, no one ever hears from them again or something like that.
yeah,
But it like I have the freedom to do it because I'm just independent and I can do whatever I want.
exactly.
So what the main thing for me is if I'm going to make the music I want to make, I actually kind of go in cycles, and it's all about what I see and what I hold to my life, what I hold close to me. It's the faith that I have. Like I almost always will come back to a song that's based around religion or my faith and my belief system and things like that. There's always some element to it. I can have a few songs like, okay, I'll make this song and I'll make a song about this. It's all part of my life. Like this song, this type of song, this type of song, this song, and then I go back to a religious song, and then go back and then a religious song. So there's always a cycle. So I always have something that I will hold on to, and I'll make a song, even if it's not always Yeah, God is great. It's just something that has a religious element to it. I will watch it. I mean, watch it. I will make it like almost every single time I get into these spurts of creating music, because it's always a part of me. I'll always have that faith in God and everything. And I understand it might be kind of weird to say, oh, well, you say this type of stuff, but you always talk about God. I'm like, well, that's a part of who I am. Even if I'm not like a perfect Christian or whatever, certain elements and I'm talking about I don't know, whatever, creating a song. If it's just like a song where I'm rapping and I'm great and you're not and you suck or whatever, like I'll still come back to, well, God is here with me while I'm creating this music. There's always going to be that element of me in some form of fashion. I'm not going to be in every song, but every few songs I'll create something because I'll have an urge to do it. Exactly. And that urge just comes from God to, hey, recognize where it is you came from, recognize what it is I've done for you. And even if I don't get recognized as a, like, I guess, gospel rapper, so it's not really what I'm putting out there, but I always have that element to me because it's a part of who I am as a person and as an artist. So other artists that do that, though, I'm like, it's tough for their fan base, if their fan base isn't used to that, or if their fan base is like, I don't want to hear that, I'll go to another artist if I want to hear that. I want to hear you rap about, whatever else, all this other stuff. Tell me about the drugs you use or whatever, whatever else they use. So it's and I tell you, I kind of go back to this. There was a time when I was like, kind of sick and tired of hearing rappers talk about their money and I got this and I got that. I was like so tired of it. But a friend of mine told me that he heard something from Lil Wayne. This was many, many, many years ago. So I heard Wayne say, like in some kind of interview, he said, I don't even make the music I want to make. I just make what the fans want. Like, I don't even make the music I want to make anymore. And so when I heard that, I was like, okay, I guess I understand now. Like, because they want to hear you rap about this. So that's all they're going to buy. If you just put out an album of gospel music, they're not going to buy that. And then it's going to look like you're just not a hot artist anymore. So it just kind of depends on the route you want to take.
So I like to I would like to go back to what you said about how you like to that it's not going to be like a one-hit wonder Christian song. Like, you're going to go back to your faith in your music. And a lot of people will listen or hear that and be like, okay, well, why don't you stick to a Christian genre then if you're so faith-based? I love the fact that you said that, because it shows that humans and Christians were not perfect. But and another thing is, Jesus, although he was perfect, he sat with the sinners, right? Yes, and so if you're trying to reach a mass at that, at that volume, you know what I'm saying? That we're trying to reach them, we're not just gonna put out for the faith-based Christian community. We want everybody involved. We want to touch on every subject. And vice versa. Like, I feel like as a Christian, I'm not always going to be like, yes, God, blah, blah, blah. You have to, we're not made, we're made in this world. We don't have to be living the worldly life. You get what I'm saying? We have our lessons, we have our values, and we know who we are in Christ. And I think that's a very vital thing that is going to help with changing the world so radically, and it's needed because to me, I know so many Christian CHH artists out there who stick on that, gospel rap the entire time and basically judge anybody else who's not. And then out there living a second life.
Yeah, I didn't want to be that kind of person because I'm not. There's no holier than thou in me whatsoever. I'll always, because like I know where I've come from, and I know that even through all of that, God is still there. I'm like, dang. So even through all the music I make, God is still going to be part of something I do when it comes to that. So I hold to that no matter what goes on. Like, I don't even think I can, like, I put out some EPs this year, but like, I think every single one has some element of, there's like a God element to something in every single EP. And like you mentioned that song, it's crazy. Like, dang, that song was so long ago. The video and everything that I did. I think "You Are the Reason."
You Are the Reason. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I did it with a couple of other artists. With C. Raj, he was homeboy that I worked with, and actually the young lady that's in the video, like she didn't sing. She's just there for the video. She didn't sing anything, or like she just as a face of the female version, the female
Wait, what?
vocalist.
She did phenomenal because I was like looking, I was like, man, she's incredible.
I
You
wanted
know
to
how
have a
you
face
can
with
tell
it.
if you're singing, you have to look at, this point whenever they're singing this move. So I'm sitting here looking,
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, all right, I see her
right. Yeah,
in high
she
note.
worked on just being able to lip sync. I was like, oh, you're such a lip sync artist.
There we go. Yeah,
But
she did so good.
yeah, but I mean, and so that was like a huge thing for me because that was one of the I say biggest songs, and a lot of people really gravitated toward that
Yeah.
because it was something there, and they were like, man, this is really good. So a lot of people listen to it. I'm like, well, I appreciate that. But at that moment, I was like, okay, I had to make a decision because I know the music that I make wouldn't necessarily be like, it's not Christian music, but there's so many different elements of who I am, and that's part of it. So I want to expose and express all of my artistry. And so it's like, okay, so I'm talking about this because this is a part of my life. So just like I said before, I don't want to get back into it, but all of those elements are me. So I'm going to make an element and an artistic expression of each element of me as a person.
Beautiful, beautiful. I kind of want to know, because you only have 5 videos on YouTube. When did this music career start? When did you know there was something special about you in this way, and that you want to put it down on paper?
I do. That's kind of weird. Like when I started, I didn't know that it would actually, like I wasn't good when I started, or at least I don't think so. So it was like, should I keep going? Or I didn't really get much discouragement. People were like, okay, yay, do it. And I'm like, I would let my mom read what I had. I was like, hey, read this. She was like, yeah, that's good. That's good. But I'm like, you're my mom, so you're not going to just tell, this is awful. It's horrible. Kill yourself or whatever. But so I guess when I thought I was actually good, it just came from a lot of practice, just a lot of writing and things like that, getting instrumentals and rapping over instrumentals and things like that. It came from the encouragement that I could actually do it and I can actually compete, because one of my friends that I was performing the song. I mean, I say performing. I was just I played the instrumental and I started rapping for him. Da 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 da. And they were saying like, man, you could be out there in the industry doing it. I'm like, nah, I can't compete with that. And he was like, to me, you can. And I was like, what? And they listened to hip hop a lot. And so for them to say that to me gave me confidence that maybe I can. But I'm listening to, I mean, some heavyweights out. This was like when Bone was hitting, and all that. So around that time, I'm like, I ain't no way I'm hanging with them.
Yeah.
But they think that I have something that's like, you can compete in the industry with any of these people. You might not do the same thing they do, but your talent and your skill is up there, and you wouldn't be washed or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So that was around, I was like, maybe I wasn't even 20 years old. It's probably like 18, 19. So when it was like a few years after I started, when I started developing, and then I didn't really get into I didn't have a pocket, if you will, until many, many years later, because I was listening to other artists, and I would listen to them so much that I would start writing the way they wrote, and it would sound the way they sound as far as their delivery and their style. And I was like, people can tell that I listen to this person. I don't ever want to have that, because then they're going to be, oh, you listen to this person, you sound like them. Yeah. So I had to get away from that. Like, nah, I don't want to sound like anyone else. I need to stop listening to, I mean, I say stop listening to them, but if I ever got inspired to start writing, I would stop listening to any other artists, so I wouldn't start sounding like them, because I listened to them a lot. Like, I started listening to Twista a lot, then I got into fast rapping and chopping and all that. And everybody could tell, like, oh, you inspired by Twista. I'm like, yeah. Okay, you can tell that I do that, so let me stop. So it's kind of became that thing.
Because I told you who I hear from you. Like, but the thing is, it's not just one artist. It's like a handful. But it's crazy you said that because it sounds like them a little bit, but it's you. Like, it's hard to explain. You can hear like some of, and I was talking to somebody like right before the interview. I was like, wow. In this song, he kind of reminds me of Second Chance, you know, the way that he flows. And in this one, he sounds a little bit like I heard a little bit of DMX in there. Because the rawness, the little bark, sound in you, the roughness. And then I was like, hold up, I hear a little techno. All right, cool. I hear you, So it's like, but it's not like they're empowering your influence for your sound. It is you. Like you have that sound. It's almost like they stole that their style from you. Is what it sounds like, and obviously we know that that's not true, but I think that's very important that you said that whenever you're writing and you're rapping, you're not trying to sound like these people. You stop listening to so and so. Whenever you get that influence or inspired by whatever and get to writing, that you just turn it off and you go with your gut and what you feel. And I haven't heard that from any artist, honestly. I've been some different artists I talk to, like, some different artists, and they're always like, oh yeah, I love this artist. I listen to him every day, and I'm like, yeah, you sound like him. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, and I'm like, I mean, it's good, but you want to have your own lane. You do.
Yeah.
So it's good for a little bit, but try to maneuver through and see how you can make that sound your sound, and be more dominant in that.
Yeah. I remember a quote from let me see. Oh, it was from the movie Ray. Shout out to Jamie
Ray,
Foxx.
yes.
So when when I guess in Ray Charles' story, when he was coming up, he was sounding like some of these other artists.
Yes.
And one of the record producer was saying, you have a great sound. You sound great doing this person, but what does Ray sound like? Like, I want to hear Ray, because if you're just sounding like these other people, why would I go to you when I could just get them?
Exactly.
And I was like, damn, that's thank you for saying that, because now I'm hearing that and I'm like, I cannot be sounding like anyone else. I don't want to be like the wish list version of someone else.
Yes.
I have to be my own artist. And so that resonated with me, just to hear that, and it just kind of reinforced my idea that I got to stop listening to so many other people. I mean, not stop, but just, if I'm going to create, I don't want to have any influence, because I don't want to sound like anyone else. If I happen to sound like them, it's just because I just happen to do it at some point, but not because I'm influenced by what they did or their sound during my writing process. But yeah.
And that's why Never Have You Ever came out, Never have you ever heard it sound like me.
Yeah.
You're so confident in that. I love your confidence, man, through your music, like I said, jump. But in that song, I really, really want to know, was that song Towards Me Body in particular? Because it sounds like, obviously, how we have those diss tracks and everything. Maybe you came across somebody who was like, you know what, you ain't that good. You sound like blah 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 blah. Quit rapping, and then you're like, well, wait, let me get this pen and paper together real quick. Let me shut this man up.
Oh, snap. And that's crazy. I know exactly what you're talking about, though. Yeah. But to answer your question, that song wasn't directed at anyone in particular.
Except for you, Bobby, out there. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Nah, it was just a way to kind of, it was really just for myself, to kind of let myself know that, hey, if I were someone else, how would I take me? Like, you never heard anybody like me before. Like, not like this, not like that, not the vocal tone with the lyrics, with the how they construct their rhyme schemes, things like that. I've never heard anyone like me before, but I'm not saying I'm like the best or that good. It's just that I'm just different because I'm just me. And that was really just the basis of all that. It's just like, I'm different because I'm me, and you never heard anybody like me before because I'm the only person. I'm the only me.
I want to know how long that creative process was, because honestly, that is one of my favorite songs out of everything. You just touch on so much in that song, and it really, I mean, it could hit anybody and make anybody feel the same way. You know, be like, man, there's like, it makes you feel like, man, there's a greatness in me, and y'all don't know nothing about it, and y'all can't touch on that, and so you can't be me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you can feel
exactly.
so proud in that song, and I feel it, and so yeah. How long did this come about? Music, and video. Because there is video out there, folks. So go check it out.
Oh yeah, have you ever video?
Yes.
The song was actually okay. As I'm listening, first of all, I want to give a huge shout out, and they're probably not going to see this, but Just Breed Beats. She's a producer that lives in the UK. She's the one who made that beat, and it's one of the hottest beats I've ever heard in a long time. So I'm like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, ooh, what is this? I actually started writing it when I heard it. It just kind of go along with the sound. And I'm like, so that's why I say I was with it as soon as I heard the strings in it, because it starts off with the string, and I'm like, ooh, right there. So the process was just me getting out like, look, I'm doing it like this. This is how I go. I write the song, and I'm thinking, wait a minute. I think I want to have someone else on here just to kind of give it another twist, because another very, very unique artist that I've never heard anyone sound like is the featured artist, Uni Ali. So shout out to Uni Ali for for agreeing to bless me with the vocals and all that. Bless the track with his verse.
Yeah.
But I can't say how long it took me, because I usually, as far just to kind of give you a window.
Okay, look, I already know. You never met nobody like me. Never have you ever. But you gon' find out. First off, I'm not your average Negro. I heard the beat, a pencil grabbed me and said, here we go. I was with it as soon as I heard the strings in it. Johnny Storm lit it up, but waited until the bang hit it. Sue Storm made the beat, got a fantastic engineer. Had to take a bow, cause I wanted the crowd to gather in. You ain't really ready for the way we about to flex. We giving it to you now, so ain't a need to call the next. I became a gator so that I could lock jaws on the track. Once it's ripped off, ain't no way it's gon' reattach. It's never getting full, so I'm sticking on the attack. I chewed it up and spit it out. Now do you really want it back? You're the damage that I consider collateral. A clean cut compound, fracture the clavicle. I ain't even caring that you're the person inhabitant. I'm spitting what I'm spitting. I give it a shit with other rappers. If you want the heat, I got the Carolina Reaper flow. Been embedded in me ever since I was an embryo. If you want proof, stop looking in the pudding. If you wanna take charge, gotta get some good footing. And keep it greasy like the axle on a wheel. You Wonder Woman niggas are missing your high heels. Geppetto with my flow, I'm a lyrical puppeteer. I don't even use the brakes, I just accelerate and steer. Never have you ever met somebody like me too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat? Too bad, because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be. Come on, never have you ever met somebody like me? I'm too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat. Too bad, because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be.
Never have you ever seen something so universal. My life a movie and all of my competitions commercial. I'm Bama certified and I'm repping it to the gravesite. Never going left when I step, bitch, I was raised right. Never have you ever been even close to my level. You claiming that you the master of heat, I'm Dr. Pepper. Impeccable with all of these punchlines at crunch time. Hood nigga been dodging bullets, bitches, and one time.
Have you ever met somebody like me too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat, I do better because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be. Come on, never. Have you ever met somebody like me? I'm too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat, I do better because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be. And once you started spitting, you experience the rapture. Celestial lyrics is holding your soul captive. The alpha and omega, nothing before, nothing after. Dish racking niggas, our abilities immaculate. Repeatedly release rhymes, how you gonna clap back? Ride like a group of lions, weighing on your rap bag. Everything that we've been saying is nothing but these facts. Given the predicament you're in, you better retract.
So basically, to sum it up like a recap, I ain't in the streets no more, but I can relapse. Bitch, I'm a veteran, so familiar with these straps. Only time you mess down is using a CPAP.
Have you ever met somebody like me? Too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat, I do better because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be. Come on, never. Have you ever met somebody like me? I'm too clever when it comes to annihilating the beat, I do better because I am the only person I see who can never think of taking it to the level I be. Yeah. Unless it's like maybe a verse for someone else, I don't just sit down and write the whole song just like right away, like not in one sitting. I'll write some, and then I'll probably like go to work. And
we
I'll
all do, yeah.
I'll think of some lyrics at work, and I'm like, oh, that's how. Okay, da, 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 da. Then I'll like text it to myself because I can't stand there and write it down. And so then I'll come back to it and I'll put it all together and things like that. So throughout over the course of like maybe a week or something like that, I'll just write, and then put everything together. And as soon as I hit him up and say, hey, I have an idea for a song I want you to get on, he said, all right, I'm with it. So I sent him the beat and he's like, oh yeah. So, but he's kind of a, his thing is he kind of speed writes.
Yeah.
His style isn't like mine, but he speed like he can go on and put his stuff together and like, I mean, I can kind of do it, but he said that's just his thing. He might not even write it, and then like he write his verse on the way to the studio or something. Like, how do you? There's no way I could do that, man. But yeah. So just he just kind of had his thing, and that, like, matter of fact, he was hitting me up while he was at work, telling me what he was coming up with. And I'm at work listening to it like, bro, yes, yeah, do that. So then we recorded the song. The song was actually done years ago, like because the song was recorded. I went to Germany because I'm in the military. I went to Germany for like a year in 2021, and I came back in 22. So the song was recorded like a couple of months before I left in 2021. So we did that. The song was hot. I was like, yeah, that's great. He liked the song and everything when we got done with it. So I came back and I'm like, I didn't think too much about the song. Not that I didn't think it was great, but I didn't have an idea of how to promote and things like that until I got with, with y'all, and you hit me up and I started growing with my knowledge with that. I said, this song really sounds like something that should be out there right now. Like it can compete with any song out there. Oh yeah. It's one of the highest ones that I have. The sound, the production, the lyrics, and the artistry itself. But the video, I appreciate that. The video was it was a more recent video. Like we just shot a video like a few months before it was released, or like maybe a week or so before, because he had to edit the video and all that kind of stuff. So once the song started getting some traction, I said we need to attach a video to that, because there's no way we could just get away with just having a song out there. That video needs to have video. They need the visuals with it.
For sure.
And so that was just like, he agreed. We shot a video, and shout out to Cold Breed Films for shooting the videos. The video director and the photographer, videographer, and things like that. So shout out to Cold Breed. Yeah, so we put it all together, put the video together, and then I started, had some little behind the scenes footage. Like, hey, we had a video shoot. Man, we halfway through. I just got done with the video shoot. So, started putting little things like that out there, and then the video just came out, and it was a wrap.
That's dope,
man. But yeah, so the whole process from the beginning, from the conception of the idea of the song to the actual video being released was like, it was a few years, but it didn't take that long for like the whole thing. It's just because, I had to go to Germany, and so I couldn't really do anything there. Yeah. But yeah, that was it.
and one of the hottest songs. If you guys have not streamed or even heard Never Have You Ever, check out Blaze It Up Radio and Muse IQ, because your boy Flava Hype is on both of those platforms. Also, go ahead and subscribe to his YouTube, Flava Hype. You already know. I want to know where your name came from, because
Ooh.
I wanted to ask you from the very, very beginning. I probably have, but now we get to announce this to the public. So, where did the name Flava Hype come
Okay.
from?
This is kind of crazy. I'm gonna take you on a little journey. So when I was in high school, this dude named Marcus, he rapped as well. And so he was like, "Hey man, we should start a group." I was like, "Okay." He said, "So what's your name? We need to have names for it." And at the, hold on.
Oh, guys.
I told him, I said, "My name is Ice Cat." He said, "Hell no."
Ice, I would never have. I never heard this story. Okay, Ice Cat. That's interesting. How'd you come up with Ice Cat though? Where was that from? Were you just like, was there ice? You were having ice, or you saw a cat? Like, how did that come about?
Okay, so Ice Cat. Okay, so I really like cats, and my favorite rapper is like Ice Cube. So I just kind of put the two together, and so that was. I thought it was nice because I was like, I'm a cool cat, get it? No, but no, he said, hell no. He said, that's out. So he said, all right, how about I call you? How about you be the Flavor, and then I'll be Fever, and be like the Fever and the Flavor. That could be the name of us for the group. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's cool. He said, all right, so I'm gonna start calling you Flavor, and you better answer. So every time I see him, I just call you Flavor, and we're gonna, so that way you get used to hearing it. So okay, cool. So walk around school, if he saw me in the hallway, he'd be like, what up, Flavor? It's like, yeah, what's up, what's up? But he changed his name to Swift a few months after. I don't know why, he just kind of had that. So it was Swift and Flavor. But like we wrote maybe a couple of songs, but we never recorded anything. And then like he moved away or whatever, but I kept the name Flavor. But I started telling people to call me Flavor while he was still in school and everything, so that way I'll get used to hearing it. I started to, hey, my name's Flavor, just call me Flavor. So that started in high school, and it stuck. And even when I started getting a little more traction with rap and everything, a lot of course there's Flavor Flav from Public Enemy. Shout out to Flavor Flav.
Yeah,
a lot of people
that's
would say
kind of where I thought you got
Flav.
it from.
and a lot of people think that I got it from that. I'm like, nah, it didn't have anything to do with that. Like, nah, well, definitely not dissing Flavor Flav, but like, no, it didn't come from that. And I didn't even come up with the name. But what happened was that when I forgot what it was. I think it was, I forgot what it was called. There was a site that was trying to get some traction where you would listen to music, and depending on how you did it, you would get paid to kind of listen to music, earn some money just by listening to it. But he liked this. It was a song that I had out, and the song is actually, I think it's on Muse IQ. It's called that's the name of the song. Hold on. This is crazy. I can't even think of the name of the song.
I see you getting it in your head.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, like you don't want it. Like you don't want it. Okay, so it's like it's a dance track. It's fun. It's funny. Like I'll actually, I'll release it on, to out to the masses a little bit later on. But so that song was out. Now he was listening to it, and he said, Flavor would like. I think you should probably have a little bit more to it, because it's going to remind people immediately of Flava Flav. If they just hear Flavor, they're going to think of that. So can you come up with something that maybe can add to it? I was like, okay. And at a point in time, I was kind of a hype man for a group called Bama,
Okay.
from out of Alabama. So Boys After Money. Boys After Money always. Bama, Boys After Money always. So shout out to Bama. So I was the hype man. So I was like, what if I just add the hype to it? Like Flava Hype. He's like, yeah, you can do that. They can still call you Flavor, but just have Flava Hype as the listed name. And I said, okay. So what I did was, I guess because I'm creative and I'm really into acronyms, I created an acronym for like what it stands for. So Flava Hype actually stands for flavored lyrics and verbal acoustics heal your pain ethereally.
Well, you guys heard it here first, folks.
not verbal aesthetics. I'm sorry, not verbal acoustics, verbal aesthetics. So flavored lyrics and verbal aesthetics heal your pain ethereally. And so that's the way I kind of look at it. Like that's
that.
me. Yeah, it's Flava Hype.
I like that. I don't think I've ever even heard that.
Well, you never have you ever heard nobody like me?
Too clever.
That's what's up. Yeah. But yeah, that's where that came from. So the Flava Hype sparked back. That was like 2012, maybe something like that. 2012, I think somewhere around there. But that's when the Flava Hype became the stamp for who I am and what I do. That was it. Been Flava Hype ever since.
That's amazing. They got a parade coming through the neighborhood. I hear Santa Claus, Merry Christmas. All right. So this, I know you probably hear the sirens, so no, it's not a bad neighborhood. We just got festivities over here. You know what I'm saying? Getting all Christmasized or Christmasized, whatever you call it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to kind of put you on the spot. It is the K-Well Interrogation Room, so I get to put some heat under you. I want to hear a quick freestyle from you. I'm gonna put you right on the spot. Yep, put you on the spot. And you, since we talked about the Christmas parade, let's talk about Christmas. Hype.
What? Oh my goodness!
You gotta switch it up on you. I can't just have you sit there uncomfortably.
Christmas. Oh my goodness! Hold on, let me sit up. I was not prepared.
Oh, I know you weren't.
That's why it's interrogation.
Exactly.
All right. So.
You got this. You got this. I believe in you.
I'm glad someone does. That makes one of us. And for all y'all out there, I am for everyone who's watching and listening to this, I am not a freestyle artist. That has always been something I admire from other people to be able to do. I was never able to do it. So I'm just going to fumble, I'm going to flub, and I'm really not caring because it's just going to be what it is. All right.
Exactly.
So y'all still going to love
it. Get better though. Let's go.
All right. Exactly. All right. So here we go. Under the mistletoe. All right. Merry Christmas. Y'all have a good one.
That is not fair. That is not fair.
Oh man. Now I'll do a little something. All right. Yeesh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What am I talking about here? You said Christmas, right? Okay. Here Christmas time, and that is the season. But I'm hoping everyone doesn't forget about the reason. Don't forget about Jesus, and he's the why we do this. Let me take you through a little Christmas time and stuff with things and words and all kinds of substances and all this and that. Okay, now I really, really suck at this. So
hey, I'm liking it so far. I love the fact that you bring in Christ. Let's go.
That's it. It's the birth of Christ. That's just what we celebrate. But even around this time, people still have the hate. So we're going to start the new year off, start it before January. Because if you start off later in the year, it's going to get kind of scary because you carry that hate on, and I'm really sick of hearing it because you're going to be the ones that people are going to be fearing it. And that sounded kind of dumb and it sounded kind of stupid, but in February, everyone's going to be scared of Cupid. All right, so that's Valentine's Day, and that has nothing to do with Christmas. I don't want any other holiday to think I'm dissing it. Only thing I'm talking about is spreading that love. And everyone knows that it comes from up above. It comes from God. It comes from his son. He is the only and always will be the only one. So if y'all out there listening, I want y'all to understand that it's not about me. Jesus Christ is the man.
No, it's somebody who don't know how to freestyle or it's not good at freestyling.
Oh, trust me, that wasn't good.
No. Trust me when I say you're better than a lot of people who, oh, I can freestyle. No, yeah, because you actually make sense. There's a storyline behind it. You know, people just come up with the weirdest things. I'm just like looking at them, and they do this. You know.
Well, hey, you know, I'm glad it was something. It probably wasn't the most wonderful thing in the world, but it definitely wasn't the most awfulest thing. But you know, dang, interrogation, that was good. You put me on the spot then. I like that.
You are welcome. You're welcome. You know, I had to put you on the spot. But I have like a couple more questions before before we end. But
okay.
But I want to know. So I told you what I feel. Who I feel like your sounded like. You know who I hear in your music. But I want to know who influences you. Who did in the very beginning and who does today.
Okay. Oh man. All right. My earliest influences were NWA, Ice Cube, definitely. Tretch, Naughty by Nature. Rakim. But well, not necessarily. Let me hold up on that because I started listening to Rakim a little bit later, and then understanding that okay, he was really setting the bar at an early age and at an early time in hip hop when other artists weren't really doing that. So I kind of started, even though he was one of the pioneers and the older artists, I started listening to him a little bit later as I started understanding more about hip hop and rap. So early on, I wasn't really listening to him, not because I didn't think it was good. It was just he wasn't catching my ear right away. So I was listening to more NWA and Ice Cube, Tretch from Naughty by Nature and them. And Bone was a huge influence as well. And let's see, around the time when I really started writing, Wu-Tang, definitely, and also Outkast. Those were like the top ones. And so now people influence me now. Later on, Eminem, definitely a huge influence, raising the bar. Tech Nine, another one. Hobson. That dude is insane with
he's fire,
kind
bro.
of creativity. That would be something.
Man, what's point too? Yeah.
Yeah. Blade.
So I just wanted to come on to say the freestyle was amazing because it was real spoken wordish. A lot of people mess up when they say freestyle. She never say you got to freestyle like, yo, I want to come through. I got to, on a rhythm. Exactly. People set themselves up knowing they can't do it. Use like I can't do it, but I'm going to go. Look at all the interrogation rooms outside of one. Because I ain't gonna lie, the Twin Sanity, they killed that. But outside of them, nobody else topped what you did. So you're number 2.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
What I said.
But when it come to message, I think he's number 1. You know, I think he's number 1.
All day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Appreciate that, man. Wow.
Flava Hype, I got one question. You know, we know we in the interrogation room. You got to play good cop, bad cop. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna play bad cop. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
How many people you slapped? No, I'm playing.
He can't tell us. He can't tell us on camera.
Yeah, I can't dry snitch.
But that's what's up, man. But I do want to know, what are your plans for 2024? What can the world expect of Flava Hype?
Well, as a few people might know now, hopefully many more as the year progresses. I got merch coming, more merch coming. Merchandise. It's on my actual website. I do have a website, my own website, y'all. www.flavahype.com. You can purchase merch and you can listen to some music on there. There are links to it. So there's that. Just become more active in social engagements is one of the major things. Continue to put out music. I'm working with a few more artists, as a matter of fact. I mean, and producers nowadays, I didn't think that people were making the hip hop music and having it sound just bananas from other parts of the world, other countries. I'm talking about across the water over there. I'm like, y'all making beats like this? Y'all hooking it up like that?
Look up producers out of Russia. You will be surprised. Some of the hardest hitting beats you ever heard in your life. Russia.
I'm working with a couple dudes from Serbia right now, producing some tracks.
Come on.
And you put me on to them. You put me on to them. So it's them. So that's what's up.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, and like I said, the music more so, more engaging as far as the social media platforms, and continuing with merch, and also some performances, some live performances. I'm trying to book some gigs where even if it's not just me headlining, which I'm nobody to headline, but open up for some artists just to get my face out there so people can see it.
Yes, sir. Well,
so that's what's up.
I'm glad you said performances, because I wanted to come on and bring on the surprise of the day. So your boy, Ninth on the Music Blazer Radio. I got a lot of connections, and I done hooked up with the legend, which is Christina Michelle, and we have over 1,000 shows as far as festivals, tours, everything where they're looking to book artists. Obviously, your boy is the plug, and obviously, you're the number one man on the list. So I will be getting with you, obviously. Yes, I'll be getting with you, obviously, off air to give you the different locations that's close to your area, and then we're gonna book these shows, and all of them gonna be paid. Yes, sir. Come on, bro. We got to take care of a boy. You feel me?
Woo. Man, I appreciate that. Okay, I'll be on the lookout for it, and the world be on the lookout for Flava Hype. Definitely, man. All right. Thank you.
I'm out this beast. I gotta go handle some Christmas family business, but y'all know what it is, man. Shout out to the homie Flava Hype, man. Okay,
Shout out to you, man.
As you are.
All right.
Yo, that's a great surprise right there.
Right?
Oh man.
Man, we know. I mean, we already we rock with you as much as you rock with us. We have so much faith, and we see your journey and we see where it's going. I saw it from the jump, and when I got Blaze on board, he was like, "Yo, all right." So we had the vision. You have the vision. Then when people with vision get together, it's anything is possible. So right. I love the fact that we're not just sitting in one spot, like how so many artists are doing these things that they're still doing the same thing, still just releasing music, getting no views, not promoting, not pushing, not putting out gear, not even talking about the next step. They're just so focused on, well, I'm going to make it and somebody's going to see me, and they have the lazy work going on, because the lazy work, aka no work. The label is going to see me because I'm not good. It's not how it works.
I used to believe that. I just did. Yeah, I had a big pipe dream of, we're not living in Disneyland. No, it's not Disney World. It's not that. That's actual work that has to be put in. And because I was thinking that I didn't see the actual work behind the scenes of the other artists that are out there, I didn't know what actually went into it. But there's a lot more, not to just them, also the team. They have a team of people, but the team doesn't get promoted. The artist does, but we don't see everything behind the scenes. So it's a lot more to it.
It's a lot. And It's money, it's time, it's effort, it's patience, it's dedication, it's consistency. It's so much more than what these artists think it is these days, which is why they're not as educated as we would like them to be, and we try to educate as much as we can, but we can only do so much, and people will only listen to so much, and we're going into 2024, and there are so many artists these days that feel like they're living in 2019, 2018, where everybody else didn't work for them. These days, everybody is trying to be an artist. Everybody and the mama can rap. They got little kids over here rapping. So like everybody's doing on this rap game, easy money, whatever, and they don't know what goes on behind the scenes. So
yeah,
let us be the first to let y'all know.
Right.
But yeah, for sure. So I have one last question before we wrap this up.
Okay.
And this is one of my favorite questions at the end of my interviews is, if there's one thing that you can give to somebody out there, a word of advice, from maybe the experiences that you've been throughout music, throughout life, whatever, what's one piece of advice that you will give somebody listening out there for maybe, I'll just say for the year 2024, going into 2024?
Oh, wow. You hit me with that. Okay, so I'm gonna get into my wise uncle bag. So
there we go.
Let me tell you something, young. Let me tell you something, young blood. The best. Well, okay. Just in my experience and what I've learned, I will say this: as an artist, for whatever it is that you do, learn as much as you can about your art and your craft, but find your own voice. And whether it be literal or figurative, if you do, like if you're an artist, you do canvas or sculptures or whatever, just find your own voice and be yourself, because if you're a carbon copy, no one's going to notice you, and you're only going to be stuck copying someone else. So just be your own. Don't be afraid to be your own person, even if you find out that you don't think you're as successful as the person you're copying or whatever. Like, that person is themselves for a reason, and you're copying them. Just think about that. Be the person that other people try to copy.
Exactly. Stay in your own lane and be the outsider. Sorry,
be authentic.
Choking up a little.
Don't be afraid to be like look. Don't be. And I said this on and somewhere else. Like you might want to be something like someone else, but be different. Just be yourself. Because if you think about it, in order to be number one, you have to be odd.
Exactly. Yep.
Because one is an odd number. So
exactly.
Just be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be yourself. Be true to who you are as a person, and be humble.
Be humble. Yes, 100%. 100%. Man, it was such a pleasure being able to speak on the subjects that we touched today, to speak with the one, the only Flava Hype, Jonathan Carter.
Man.
Y'all better y'all better recognize the name, get on it, man. If you guys are not streaming his music on YouTube, on Music IQ, on Blaze It Up Radio, make sure you guys are stopping what you're doing and going to follow him on his social media platforms. On Facebook, Jonathan Carter. On IG, Flava Hype. That's FLAVA space HYPE. Yo, check out his merch coming out very, very soon. We have a catalog coming out in the Ninth Wonder magazine, that's edition, most likely. And so you guys can rock with his gear. Let people know where you heard of him. Go follow him. Go request his music on Blaze It Up Radio. Find him and request him on Music IQ. And just spread the love. Spread the love, the peace, the energy, the vibes. And let's all evolve together.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And one last thing I'd like to say before I close out, I want everybody who's listening, especially you, Flava Hype, to know, no matter what you're going through, been through, or may go through, you're stronger than your circumstance. You know, you guys are loved, cared for, and important. And if you guys have not heard that, need to hear it today, just take it from me, accept that to your heart, and truly believe that you're here for a purpose. There's reason that you're standing breathing today. So
yes.
You need to get that out there. You know, I feel like a lot of us have that weight on our shoulder, especially going into a new year with some things that maybe we haven't accomplished in 2023, and we're just like weighing ourselves so heavy, and we are our very worst critics, our own worst critics. And so we're hard on each other, and then when it makes it worse when we have the world hard on us too. So just take a breath and realize that, hey, you are enough. You're enough as is, and just keep going, keep evolving. Yes. And the only thing is, if you do one thing different in a positive way today, you're already better than yesterday.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
But again, it was a pleasure interviewing you, Flava Hype. I hope that you have a blessed day, blessed weekend. And I cannot wait to see what other things that we come up with, what our journey looks like from here on out. And I cannot wait to see what 2024 has in store for us. So.
Me either. I can't wait. I want to get to this new year and get everything cracking-lacking.
You got me thinking of Madagascar with the zebra.
Yep. Chris Rock. Shout out to Chris Rock.
Yes, Chris Rock. Let's go. All right. I hope you have a great day, and we'll definitely do this again very, very soon. I know you have an interview coming up with Blaze Hunter as well. So
yeah.
I know he's probably gonna make you freestyle too, so you might want to brush up on that.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah. Have to channel my inner Eminem.
All right, man. Have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Until next time, this has been another edition of the K1 Interrogation Room. Make sure you go ahead once again and follow Flava Hype on his social media platforms and streaming platforms. Bye, guys. Yeah. Stay true to yourself. Flava Hype. We out here.
Yeah. Peace.